So I was really busy yesterday. I'm tired, and I couldn't, so I didn't. I had so much going on. Here we are today, but I'm gonna be really honest with you before we even get into the reading. I'm really vexed, and I'm kind of really vexed at you, Virgo. So if this doesn't apply to you, go away, come back when the message applies. But I'm kind of gonna really lay into you right now, Virgo, because I feel like you kind of need to hear this shit. Okay? We'll get into the reading, and to make myself feel better, you're gonna watch me eat my watermelon. Because Free Palestine. I'm really vexed. I'm really vexed. I'm really vexed at you. I'm really, really angry at you, Virgo. And I'm not talking to every Virgo here, but I am talking to those Virgos that are currently in these toxic relationships with these demons, these anti-life demons. What you're doing here is you're hosting someone, you're allowing them to feed off of you so that they can go out into the world and they can just expand their ego. And that's all it is. That's all you are to them. All right? That's all you are to this succubus energy that wants to suck your blood dry. Why? Because you think they're good looking, are you entertaining these dumb hoes? Not gender specific. Why? Now, I've already said this reading doesn't apply to everyone, and this anger possibly doesn't apply to everyone, but there's a significant number of Virgos out there, beautiful, successful, talented, that have worked really hard to get where they're at. And what they're doing now is entertaining someone that they think is hot or they think is beautiful. That's actually a whole fucking demon. And you're allowing yourself to be food for these narcissistic, dumb shit demons to feed off of you. When are you gonna learn? I'm really angry. Right? I'm so angry because there are so many really well-to-do Virgos that are so willing to throw in the bin everything they've worked so hard for these DL men or these really narcissistic women. What are you doing? Why is that okay? When was that ever okay? Are you that worthless to yourself? Okay? Now, as someone who has had to actually deal with these down low, despicable, mummy boy, mofo, good for nothing, only good for the trash kind of guys, here's me with my 2 cents saying, why are you letting these scumbags feed off of you? And it doesn't matter if they're a man, it doesn't matter if they're a woman. Just because you think she's pretty and she's showing you that she's actually a fucking demon, by her behavior, you're out here losing your wealth, you're out here losing your respect in the community, you're out here losing everything that you've worked hard for you, someone that you think is pretty. What? Since when was that allowed? Since when did Virgo not know better enough than that? Huh? When is this nonsense gonna stop? When are you actually gonna realize that you're feeding the demon? You're feeding the narcissist by acting like a servant and allowing them to get away with whatever the fuck they want to get away with. The DL, mummy's boy, trash, good for nothing, chauffeur driver who's never gonna actually be anything more than a piece of shit his whole life. Why are you Virgo women hosting these kind of demons? These narcissistic down low demons? Why? Is your ego that shattered? Do you think that low of yourself? Do you think that you're that much of a piece of crap that you're gonna allow this demon, this actual demon, right, to feed off of you? This is how vexed I am. And for you Virgo men out there, that these women that you think are beautiful, that are no less than the fucking dregs of society, these fucking heartless bitches, that just because you think she's pretty and you can't put her in her place, these heartless demon bitches that are literally just going to go out there and do the most like sin without empathy, acting out here without empathy, no respect for life. No respect for humanity, no respect for themselves. And you're the boyfriend, you're the husband, you're the one hosting this bullshit. Get the fuck out of here. Watch me eat my watermelon. I don't care. I don't care to read for any Virgo who does not give a respect enough for themselves, does not give enough of a shit about themselves, that they're actually gonna go out here and host these fucking demons. That's your partner, that's your girlfriend, that's your boyfriend. And you're here for what reason? Watch me eat my watermelon. If someone's showing you they don't have empathy, if somebody is out here showing you that they don't have an ounce of respect for life, for your life or any other life, and you're actually in a relationship with this piece of trash, you're the problem. Cut it out. Okay? I don't let the chat back on because I'm so sick to death of these dregs, right? These unemployed fucking dregs. I ain't got shit all better to do than sexualize women on the internet. Go fuck yourself, son. Or how about you shut your mouth and learn something from someone who's actually accomplished shit? What the fuck have you accomplished in your life other than bullshit? Now, Virgo, why are you out here hosting these down low men? Why are you out here hosting these demonic entity women that don't have a shred of empathy for them for life? Because they don't have any empathy for you. They're just out here eating off of your energy. And you know what, Virgo? You are being the fucking biscuit. So you be the biscuit, vale? Watch me eat my watermelon because free Palestine. Good for nothing dregs of society. And just because you think he's got a nice six pack, or just because you think she's got a pretty waist, or just because you think she's pretty, she's a whole bitch. A lack of empathy bitch that you are hosting, that you are calling your girlfriend, that you are coming to tarot readers for, because you know that this bitch is good for nothing other than being a bitch, other than being an energetic, vampiric bitch. What happened to your money since you got with her? What happened to your money since you got with him? What happened to your life since you've been with this person? Bullshit. That's what's happened. I am so vexed. I am so vexed at Virgo allowing this kind of dog shit to take place. You are encouraging this. You are the entitlement that these demons think that they have because you're allowing them to get away with it. When are you going to respect yourself? When? When are you going to understand that if you're the one who had to build that empire and you're allowing this fucking floozy to come around and ruin that for you, you're the problem. You hate yourself. Because if you really honored the hard work that you've done up until now, if you really had a shred of respect for yourself, the first moment this anti-life mofo came into your life and started treating you like a piece of shit, you would have turned around and said, you know what, there's the door, get out. But no, they're so good looking. I love them so much. That's not love. That's lust. And if you're willing to ruin yourself over lust, don't come to tarot readers. Okay? Admit to yourself that you're part of a, what is it? Not sadistic. What is the other one? Masochist. You're a freaking masochist and you like the punishment because you haven't healed. Okay? And you're out here letting these demons feed off of you, host off of you like your pet food. Doggy biscuits. So you know what? Be the fucking doggy biscuit. Don't come to me. I'm not interested in anybody being fed off of by these narcissistic demons. You already know a lot of people are empty, soulless vessels. Empty, soulless vessels without a shred of integrity. And you are allowing them to feed off of you. And you come to tarot readings? Seriously? Ugh. Grow up. Grow up. The minute somebody has showed you that they are not pro-life, the minute somebody has showed you they are not pro-you, and you're still in this relationship, shame on you. It's not their fault, it's your fault. Because you decided to be the vessel that hosts this demonic entity. And it's not like you don't know better. But for some reason, in this weird dynamic where you want to act like a serving servant clown, you think this shit is acceptable because you think this person is going to change, because you think this person loves you. How obvious is it that this person don't love you? They don't love nothing about you. You don't love this person either. It's just lust, lower vibrational bullshit. Fake relationships for fake people. Right? You women that know that that man, he's down low. He's not interested in you, sis. He's interested in his best buddy who always seems to be in the picture. Why are you in a relationship with him? You really can't find someone to love you? Really? Or maybe the person that actually wants to love you doesn't actually look like what you thought you want. Yeah, you carry on with that six-pack demon fuckboy, sis. You carry on with that. Let's see how that ages you. Yeah? Let's see how you lose your money really quickly by hosting these turds. Let's see. Disgusting. Absolutely, violently, repulsively disgusting. The fact that you guys think that you're the light bearers, but you're actually here acting like the host, feeding these demonic entities. Like, where the fuck is your integrity? Where is your integrity? What are you made out of? Doggy biscuits. That's right. Let them feed off of you, hon. Let them feed off of you. You be the biscuit. I'm done with this. It's too boring. It's too boring. When are you gonna learn? When are you gonna grow out of this? Just because it's a pretty face, you think that her demonic behavior is something that's actually valuable? You think her pretty face is actually valuable? It looks like a piece of shit from here. Ain't so pretty from here. Somebody without a shred of empathy, somebody without a shred of integrity. You think that's pretty? Looks disgusting from here. Smells really bad too. A lot of you should be ashamed of yourself for being in relationships with scumbags. The very same scumbags that wouldn't even give a shit if something happened to you. Yet somehow you're in love with this. You're not in love with this. You hate yourself. Why don't you admit that? You don't think you're good enough for better than this. And where did that come from? A skewed mindset. What did you do to heal that? Absolutely nothing, I'm sure. So what the fuck are you doing on tarot card readings? I don't even care anymore. Let's be honest. That's the point that it's got to. Because you know why? The minute in 2020 I spoke up and spoke about Piers Morgan, I got a message from some Zio mofo on the higher ups saying, hey Ruby, we thought you were better than that. And you know what they did? They shadow banned me and they cut me off in terms of receiving payments from YouTube. YouTube don't even fucking pay me for this shit because they're broke. The brokies at YouTube, the good for nothing losers at YouTube. Let's be honest, I can't wait for the fucking internet to crash. Let's see the state of the world then. Free Palestine. Every Zio despot out there, go to hell. Seriously, go to hell. And you know who else? You stupid, stupid idiots that are hosting these demons and calling it love and saying that you've got a broken heart. You broke your own heart. You didn't know this person was like this, or you knew they were like this and you thought that you could fix them. because you have a savior complex. Whatever. I'm vexed. I'm vexed at you for entertaining demons, for acting like the doggy biscuit for the demons. Why would you do that? You hate yourself that much? You think this scumbag is worth a broken heart? This lack of empathy scumbag? You think this scumbag is worth a broken heart? You think that's what this life is all about? Suffering in relationships with these idiots that don't get it. How can you be so anti-life? How can you be so anti your partner? Virgo, what wouldn't you do for this person? And what the fuck would they do for you other than spit in your face when they're done with you? And you think this kind of degeneracy is love? You think that person is worthy of being in a relationship with just because you think they have a pretty face? Or just because, sis, you think he's got a nice body? Stop playing into the devil's script of bullshit. I have seen women with lack of empathy, nothing in their faces, dead in the eyes, and just because they think they are hot shit doesn't actually mean they are hot shit. They're disgusting. Because if you're a seer, and if you actually see, and if you see these degenerate bitches, you will look straight through them and you will see they are the ugliest human beings on this planet. And that's why I am so anti plastic surgery. This is why I'm so anti artificial intelligence, because it's fake, it's not real. So come back to reality. Wake the fuck up, have some integrity, and come back to reality. You are hosting, you are giving these degenerates entitlement to behave like this. Okay? And for all of you sisters out there who are with these down low men, mummy boy down low men, they don't respect you. And you want to go and cry over a broken heart for this dude? And how about you bros out there with these women, demonically lack of empathy, demonic demons? She's that pretty, huh? What has she actually done for the world other than be a narcissistic demon? Just gratify her ego even more, bro. You carry on. You just gratify her ego even more. Because what I've learned, and this is what vexes me so much, that I don't even care to read for anybody anymore, is because of how comfortable, Virgo, you are serving yourself up on a platter, acting like some fucking doggy biscuit. You go ahead and be that doggy biscuit. Watch me eat my watermelon, because for Palestine. Stop entitling these clowns. Stop letting them get away with it. Stop it. Have some respect for life. Have some respect for your own life. Have some respect for the fact that these degenerates, you can see in their dead, soulless eyes, they're nothing. Never are they going to amount to anything. They're always going to be a piece of shit. And the sooner you get your head around that, the sooner you understand that that's all it is. It's an empty vessel with no heart inside that chest, with no soul inside that body. And what you're doing is you're allowing this Jezebel spirit to feed off of your abundance, to feed off of your life vitality, to feed off of your future, to feed off of your looks, to feed off of your health. That's what you're allowing these demons to do, because you've entitled them to be a piece of shit. Just because you don't know when it's right to cut the cord. Mercury comes out of retrograde, right? Now, you've got a lesson that I hope a lot of you are learning, that this pause in the sign of Cancer really was for you to reflect over how, emotionally speaking, you have been stuck in a certain sentiment that isn't necessarily beneficial to you or your well-being. Now, the longer you sit in that, the more paralyzing it's going to feel. But the moment you're willing to be pro-life and start with pro-life for your own life, so the minute you're deciding to be pro-life for yourself, you will then realize that these kind of caricatures that you think are so pretty or you think they are so hot, but they don't have any personality, you're giving them life. You're feeding these narcissistic demons without any personality, without the perspective of actually achieving anything for themselves. You're giving them life. Why are you playing into a demonic game? What did you really gain from being that self-sacrificing? What did you really gain from being somebody else's servant? Other than feeling like a piece of shit. What did you gain from that? Did you actually gain something? Or did you have to start back at scratch to build yourself back up? Because what they took from you by you playing in this stupid narcissistic demonic game, what they took from you, you can't ever get back. You will, however, have to start from scratch. Now, if you've got the rest of your fucking lifetime to waste starting from scratch every time after a relationship because you're too clueless to understand that these relationships with these idiots, oh no, you know what? Let's just call it what it is, right? These relationships with these narcissistic, demonic entity, empty vessels, soulless empty vessels, is you playing into the devil's playbook. Stop encouraging demons. Stop empowering demons when somebody has shown you they ain't real. When somebody's shown you they ain't got a shred of empathy for you, for your health, for your money, for your home, for your body, and you're crying over this relationship, you're the problem. When are you going to stop? Huh? When are you gonna stop? It's in your hands. It's up to you. You decide. You decide. Are you worth it enough for yourself to actually believe in yourself enough to know that the minute you cut this narcissist off, that you will go out there and you will find someone who will respect you because that's where your awareness is? It's been 10 years of readings online, doing readings for people. And you know what? It really gets my soul down when I watch really good Virgos, really good people, just not being able to create enough space and enough difference or enough separation between them and the person who is actively out here trying to ruin them. And this is something that's personally affected me and my energy. And I can't allow that anymore because I, along with you guys, have had to pay a price for it. Because I'm a true empath, a true empathetic person who has witnessed Virgo after Virgo after Virgo in these relationships with these douchebags that ain't worth shit. Douchebag, not gender specific. The beautiful, independent Virgo female with this down low dreg, mummy's boy, secretly in the, closeted. He don't love her. He just loves being with her for the accolades that he gets for being in her reflection, yet somehow he wants to make himself the superior one in the relationship just because Virgo's chosen this apparently good-looking guy. There's nothing good-looking about him. He is as ugly as his soul is ugly. Or let's talk about this beautiful, accomplished Virgo man, right? Let's talk about this really, this catch. This Virgo man who has accomplished so much by his own integrity and his own work. And he has now found this creature, this narcissistic little demonic creature with a little skinny waist. And he thinks she's beautiful and he lets her get away with ruining him. Where is your abundance gone, sir? Where is your money gone, sir? Where is your confidence gone, sir? That waist of yours, I'm seeing that waist is getting fatter while hers is getting smaller. Why is that? Is that because she's feeding off of your vitality and making you feel like a piece of shit? And there you are taking it. Before we even get to any readings, I don't even know if I care to do a reading. Because this kind of stuff is too real. And I'm kind of scared that you guys just don't get it. You're encouraging demons to do lower vibrational, unforgivable shit on this 3D realm. Karma is for eternity, right? They call it the Akashic Records for a reason. It's a script that your decisions and your choices lead to. Right? The things that you've chosen, the things that you've decided to do is part of an eternal karma. Right? Stuff that's written into the fabrics of time and space. If you are someone who is supposed to be a light bearer, why are you sacrificing your light for a demonic entity? This bitch has shown you she ain't worth shit because she can't hold an empathetic thought in her body because she's that soulless. She's soulless. And if you look beyond, the pretty hair and the what you will see is a fucking vampire, a really ugly vampire. When are you gonna open your eyes enough to stop being the self-sacrificing servant doggy biscuit and actually look at this bitch for what she is? A heartless, demonic, narcissistic dreg that really ain't gonna achieve anything in her life because the decisions that she's making to ruin you and feed off of you because you're her supply, this is a decision that you've got to make for yourself. Is this something that you really want for your life? Do you hate yourself that much? Do you really hate yourself that much? Why? Why do you hate yourself so much that you found someone who is showing you that they are not a good person? And in my eyes, anybody who's not pro-life is a disgusting person. Ugly, 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 ugly. Fuck your six-pack and fuck your pretty face. You're ugly as shit. You're not pro-life. You don't think every life has a right to be here, to live, to survive. You don't believe that? You're disgusting. You're ugly. You're ugly. And to think, people born under the privileged sign of being a light bearer, sacrificing their life for a demon. Do you know how stupid that sounds? Do you know how stupid that makes you look? When are you actually gonna understand that your worth and your value is so much more than what you're giving it away for? Oh, I am so vexed. I'm so vexed. The sun is entering Leo. Jupiter is in Leo. Mercury retrograde will be ceasing on the 23rd, and then Saturn retrograde begins on the 26th. On the 29th is an Aquarius full moon. This full moon is going to have to be one of those full moons where you expand your comfort zone and you look beyond the bullshit that you've comfortably put yourself in. This is the true time of expansion. And this is also the time that you look at the reality of a situation with truthful eyes. And if you can do that, shit can really work out for you. If you're, however, too stuck in the games of a narcissistic degenerate, then you're really ruining your own life and you've got nobody else to blame other than yourself. And there ain't a single tarot card reading out here in the world that will actually make it make sense. Stop devaluing your life. Stop playing with demons. And stop feeding them your vitality. Because you know what they will do? They will suck you dry. They will literally suck you dry of all of your money, of all of your beauty, of that waistline, of that good health. They will literally take whatever the fuck they can take from you. They will consume all of it like a big black hole. And then when you really need them, they're gonna disappear. They're not gonna be there for you. Okay? Now, it's not like you don't know. It's not like you haven't been warned. It's not like you haven't been told. You know. I've just told you. What else? You're not serious about your life if you're really just allowing some bimbo or some DL mummy's boy. And it's always the freaking mummy's boy. It's always the mummy's boy. It's always the DL mummy boy who wants to come in, see this successful Virgo doing her thing, and wants to come in and ruin her. And 99% of the time, his mom's in on it too. Sis, they don't respect you. He don't love you. They're talking shit about you when they're having their conversations behind your back. Are you really gonna be a loser in your own reality like that? Because sir, Virgo sir, this woman, you might think she's pretty, right? But if you're looking from the eyes of a seer, she's mighty ugly. She's mighty ugly. She's reeking of narcissistic demonic bullshit. Stop loving with your eyes. Literally, that's not love. That's lust. And then before you know it, you've like assigned all of this emotion, and I love them so much and I can't be without them. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Stop crying over a demon. Stop crying over a freaking demon, okay? You don't love them. And guess what? They don't love you. They really don't love you. They just want what you have. And if you're gonna be so self-sacrificing, I wish there was an eject button for like certain people that don't deserve to be Virgos. But hopefully, a lot of you will understand that this is a really important life lesson. And for those of you who need to understand the importance of being pro-life, regardless of whatever that life is, this will be a really heavy lesson. And I hope you learn it. And I hope whatever it takes to get you to learn it, you fucking learn this. Right? Because if you can't even be pro your own life, then you're the problem. Yeah. Let's not even talk about these narcissistic girlfriends, boyfriends, husbands, wives, whatever. Let's not even go there. Before we get there, why are you being so self-sacrificing, doggy biscuit? Huh? You hate yourself that much? You think that six-pack is so cute? You think he's so sexy? Or her? You think she's so pretty? She's a fucking bitch. That's what she is. She ain't nice. There's nothing pretty about her. Anybody who ain't pro-life is a piece of shit. And they need to be treated as such. Stop dating these demons. And stop acting like a doggy biscuit served up to be consumed entirely. Left with no vitality. Left with no money. Left with nothing. I'm so bored of it. Stop it. You're touch deprived? Get a dog. You're touch deprived? Get a cat. 99% of the time they're better companions than these assholes that you're choosing as partners. The amount of times I've had Virgos coming to me about these real waste of space characters that they are actually in relationships with. Do you know how much your life would be better if you nip this shit in the bud? Do you know how much better your money would be? Do you know how much better your energy, your confidence, your vitality, your spirit would be? Stop feeding the demon. You know better. Cut it out. There's nothing else to talk about. There is nothing else to say than get over yourself. This is lust. There is nothing about love in this. Because you know what? If it was real love, this person wouldn't be able to watch you suffer. But they seem to be the first one there with a bag of popcorn, with a bowl of popcorn, watching you suffer. How long? You hate yourself that much? What does that come from? This ain't even about that person. This is about you. Why do you hate yourself that much? What happened to you that you decided that you were all the way at the bottom of the pecking order? Regardless of all of your accomplishments, regardless of all of the shit that you had to suffer to get to where you are now, what made you hate yourself that much? I'm vexed. I already told you at the beginning of this reading, I am mighty vexed at you for entertaining these narcissistic demons. Cut it out, because they are emptying you out. And if I wanted to make a whole bunch of profit off of you guys, I would be like, yeah, book a reading, come on, book a reading. I don't even care about that. You don't want to book a reading? Don't fucking book a reading. I don't need you to book a reading. I will help you if you need me. Of course I will. But if you have put the weapon in somebody else's hand to attack you, that's a real problem. A lot of these people are showing you they ain't worth it, because they will hurt you again and again and again and again, because you know what? That's what they're good for. They're not good for bringing anybody any happiness. They're not good for being around in the long term. They're not good enough to be stable, secure partners. They are really not with a lot of personality either. A lot of these people, when I meet them, they have no personality. They have nothing to laugh about. They have nothing to share joy on. They have nothing special. There's nothing special about them other than the power that you're giving over them, because they know how to manipulate you. They are pros at this. They have studied this their entire life. They are master Machiavellian manipulating dirty pieces of shit. This is the time that you learn your lesson. Detach yourself from these demons. Okay, they are empty vessels. They don't have a spiritual bone in their body. If they are someone who is not pro-life, they are not somebody that you should be entertaining in a relationship. Okay, because then they are not pro your life either. Does that make sense? Why does it need to come to this? Why does it need to come to this? Why do I need to get angry online? Because a lot of you just ain't getting it. This person is not pro you. This person doesn't care about you. You're losing your money because of this person. You're losing the good things about you because of this person. What are you still doing with this person? Sister, if you have the slightest inkling that this man don't like you, he probably got a boyfriend, and that's okay. Let him do his thing. But when he's showing you that you ain't what he's interested in, step away from him. Stop humiliating yourself even more. Have a little bit more love and respect for yourself. Get away from this man. And sir, Virgo sir, all of that hard work you've done in your life, all of the accolades, all of the achievements, all of the things that you've built, if this person really does not care for what you want, does not care for how you feel, does not care for what you're about, and you still think this bitch is worth a chance because she's pretty, turn the light on and actually look at her again. She's an ugly demon. There couldn't be something uglier. And if that's what love really comes to for you, the only reason you're really interested in love is because she's pretty, then you really need to understand what relationships truly are. And you know what? Venus being in Virgo might be a really good time to stop and smell the roses. But are there any roses? Guess what? There's none. You know why? Because the atmosphere that's been created by being with this degenerate, this soulless, heartless degenerate, has robbed you of your abundance. I told you, girl, before I was even starting with this reading that I'm just too vexed. I don't care. I don't care. Because you know what? I'm done caring. I'm done caring about you, Virgo, when you really don't care about you. That's kind of wrong on many, many fronts. If you know that this person is not treating you the way that you want to be treated, if you know that you're not happy, if you know that you don't see a future or a perspective with this person, have the guts to get up and go. Have the guts to honor your life, to honor life, to be pro-life enough to know that this isn't what it's about. Conflict, fighting, bickering, selfishness, bad energy, that's not life. It's not the meaning of life. And unfortunately, there's too many bullshit dregs out there that are giving examples of nonsense. And this is why I don't follow Hollywood. This is why I don't watch TV. This is why I don't give a shit to watch a movie. Because it's bullshit propaganda teaching you how not to be. So all of you need to calm the fuck down with all these fake nails and these fake lashes and these plastic tits and these Botox filled faces. Calm down with that shit. Go into nature. Sit with the sun for a minute and actually ask yourself, is AI real? It's not. What's serving? Something real. What's not serving? Something that's not real. Get it already. Understand it. If it's fake, if it's not real, stop it. It's not serving. How much more evidence do you need? This makes me sad. And I hope to God a lot of you will take what I'm saying seriously and respect yourselves enough to finally cut the cords on some real low vibrational toxic relationships with these demonic entities, good for nothing nobodies. I haven't poured my heart and soul into raising, literally like a mother, pouring love into mentoring and supporting and guiding you to come 10 years into this, to find out that a lot of you are so happy to be the food, the doggy biscuit for the narcissist. It's not a good look. Respect yourself enough to stay away from that shit. Respect yourself enough to cut these ties, to cut these cords. Respect yourself enough to know when it's time to say goodbye. And it really is time to say goodbye when you see these people don't give a shit about what you want. They don't care about you. They don't care about what you want. They don't care about what's important to you. They don't care about your health. They don't care about your well-being. Some of these people will literally be happy to watch you be out on the road. And you're so in love with them. You know what I had to hear the other day? A Virgo woman leaving her jewelry in the hands of her partner. She had to leave town and all of her jewelry went missing. And when I heard this, I felt so disgusted. How can you be in a relationship, how can you be in bed with someone that the minute your back is turned will profit off of things that aren't even theirs, things that are yours? Is that the state of the world at the moment? And if that is the state of the world, why are you encouraging these demons by being in relationships with them? When is your cut-off button going to be strong enough? When is your block button actually going to start working? When are you going to decide enough is enough? Virgo man, wanting to create a family, being in a relationship with someone who will take his precious life creating fluids and then go and get rid of what is actually going to be creating life. And you think this creature is beautiful. I never saw anything more ugly in my life. Please respect yourself enough to have enough value and respect for your time, your home, your vitality. Please respect yourself enough not to entertain the dead dregs, these empty vessels. They're really not worth anything. They're worthless, completely worthless. And the minute you stop seeing them as something precious, the minute you stop seeing them as, the minute you take away the power that you've put onto them, they're really not that special. It's you. You've put that power on them. And the minute you take it away, you will see them for what they are. Really, really ugly. Really ugly. Because the way that they've treated you is a reflection of them. And if they treated you badly, then know that they are bad. And that needs to be enough. Stop self-sacrificing. Stop trying to be the saver, the doer-gooder, the rescue merchant. Stop it. It's 2026. It's year of the fire horse. You need to move quickly to get to where you need to be. And the moment you decide to stop it with these bullshit relationships, you give yourself the freedom to move at the pace that you need to get to be where you're supposed to be. Because all of this feeling of it's not satiating, it's not fulfilling, it's not good enough, you're delaying it. You're delaying getting to where you need to get to. I was taken out for dinner by someone last year, and it was so funny to me because they had mentioned how they were pro dementia Dawn, and the minute I heard that, I was so put off by this person that I literally was like, I want nothing to do with you. My cut-off game has become so strong that it's actually like, I'm so proud of it. And if I can leave you guys with anything, I'm really just gonna say this. Don't be a doggy biscuit. Be the dog. I hope this helped somebody. And whoever needed to hear this, I hope you respect yourself enough to go out there and cut off all of the things that you know that are not good for you. People, places, jobs, whatever, friends. The time of being self-sacrificing and being everyone's servant has to come to an end. And the minute somebody shows you that they're realistically nothing other than a demon, pay attention to that and act accordingly. Free Palestine. Pro-life. Till the day I drop. I love you guys. Email me to book a reading. rubyreadstarot@hotmail.com. I'll see you when I see you.